Standing here today, it's peaceful. The wind blows off Lake Erie and the stone walls look like a quiet monument to the time long forgotten. But in the summer of 1812, this wasn't a postcard. It was the edge of the world, and in 1814, it became Canada's bloodiest square mile. Fort Erie, captured by the Americans, besieged by the British, and for months this ground was caught in a brutal tug of war. The climax came in the dark, early hours of 15th of August 1814, a midnight assault, chaos in the shadows, and then boom, a sudden catastrophic explosion in the fort's bastion that shook the earth and decided the fate of the battle. Today, the fort stands rebuilt, a silent witness to the sacrifice on both sides and a reminder of the peace that was forged in the fires of the frontier.
Also, just the fact that they are smooth bore. So rifling did exist during this time period, but it was a lot more expensive and handmade, so they didn't use it as frequently. So instead, so that means that the inside of the gun is just as smooth on the outside, and that means that there's no real accuracy to these guns. So when that musket ball is being released, it's kind of just bouncing back and forth and then going any which direction about 9 feet. Again, a little problematic if you can't aim your gun any which direction, and that again is killing your tactics. Third issue with these guns is also the smoke that they produce, the amount of smoke. So that was going to fog of war just because of how thick the smoke actually got.
Arms,
and
check,
really,
move.
you could be this close potentially to the line,
Right.
and you would not be able to see them.
Prepare
and
to
that brings us
halt.
back to the coats. With
Halt.
those bright red and bright blue coats, you
Shoulder,
can actually
arms,
see through the smoke itself,
2,
and
3,
hopefully
4.
you're not committing friendly fire.
Order,
So,
arms,
while it seems
2,
like a death
3,
sentence
4.
to us
2,
to go on to
3,
a battlefield
4.
looking like this, 200 years
Unfix,
ago,
bayonets.
this was their best option. So, usually that green, not a good idea.
Once that
Even
fortress
if it makes
first wave
sense.
march.
Switch blank cartridge, prime and load. So that's the command that's going to send him into autopilot. He's going to load at his own pace. You're going to see him rip off the top of that cartridge with his teeth, pour a little powder into the pan, close up the pan, and then pour the rest of the powder down the barrel. He's then going to ram that down just to create further pressure for the shot itself, and then return the ramrod, because while it makes a great projectile, you do need it for your next shot, and it's a little awkward to have to ask for that back. And then, just like that, he will be ready to go. So I will warn you, this is a real gunfire and real black powder. If you're sensitive to noise, best time to plug your ears is now. And if you're looking to get a picture, best time is when I'm on fire. So hopefully this will go. Make ready. Freeze in. Fire. Prime and load. Good first shot. So you can see the amount of smoke that comes off that. Well, it does dissipate with the wind very quickly, but on a nice stagnant day, that smoke is going to sit a lot. You also notice he is still standing while loading. It's mostly just because that is the most efficient way to actually load these guns. They could be trained to load on the knee or even on the stomach, but historically and today, these guns are around 5 feet tall or exactly my height, so a little awkward to maneuver back and forth. But he's ready for a second shot, so hopefully we'll get 2 for 2 here. Make ready. Freeze in. Fire. 3 rammers. 2 for 2. That's a perfect 4 o'clock demo if I do say so.
Just some footage showing you the inside of the barracks. This is if you've been naughty. This sleeps 10 men, designed to be uncomfortable. This is me going, hello. And these are some sleeping quarters for the soldiers. And all recreated. And this was for the officers dining in what was splendor, and the officers' sleeping areas as well, which are vastly different from what the private soldiers get. This is the kitchen. This is the storage. They have their food, and obviously this was the sort of like medical side of it, and some supplies of uniforms, etc., and a memorial. I want to say thank you very much for watching. It was great to look around this site, which has vast amounts of history to it. And if you like what you saw, please do come back for more.